Get out of here!
That's what you get when you don't put in a prediction.
Exactly. It's just me and you now, Hap.
Do you think blackmail would work?
Big words coming out here. Now Grace is gone now, and now we can talk the real business of how to get a prediction out of Grace.
You just ask her how she mutes her microphone next time.
She does love a mute in the microphone, to be fair. I do.
Yeah. She has a special way of doing it.
Yeah. I do like that she separately mutes so that we have to listen every time she has a burp in the Discord.
No, I'm onto something. Like, she's responding in the Discord right now.
See, this is what happens when one person leaves. We get to have fun and start cooking people. But let's get to the serious work, Cap. We're in Skyscraper. The first band's coming through, Glaz and Kaid, and then the second set, Mute and Ying. Of course, it's Geeky. It's Good Intentions. Geeky on the defence, and this is what I said, Hap. I said this. It's a bit risky when you go to Skyscraper when you pick into it because you end up on that defence. Or attack even.
Yeah, it definitely is risky, and of course, Skyscraper, pretty difficult map to approach as well. We often talk about the big divider, of course, between the house section and the restaurant section, where it gives you those two choke points, right? Like terrace and drum. It's often where a lot of the fights take place, especially when you're playing around on these top 4 sides. And I'm not expecting it to be any different now. Especially when we kind of playing around on the Izami. We'll be using those Kiba Bears, of course, to reinforce basically everything known to man.
Yes, indeed. A lot of Skyscraper action to get our teeth into, which is nice. I do like to see a little spread of maps, especially on the same day, because it can get a bit stale if you see the same ones over and over. So, a nice spread. Do hope to see Nighthaven later on, because Nighthaven's my favourite map. Hap, it's my favourite map.
Why, it's still Clubhouse, I think.
It's hard to beat. It's hard to beat, but I think Nighthaven beats Club for me slightly, just because it's not as figured out as Club.
Yeah, but for me, it's like, you know, like back when it was playing, it was not like Clubhouse was a thing.
Yeah.
Like when I started casting, Clubhouse was a thing. Like it's super constant, super consistent. You always know what's happening there. You never have to worry. Either way, Rex was thinking about going in quickly with the Amaru hook. Yeah, siding against it eventually.
Scary sight. Krex, we know and love, is one of the biggest gunners in the scene at the moment for tier 2. Record holder in Rumble. I think it was 154 kills he got in that event. He's on 39 for this event, so he's well on march to get some more records for himself though. Venom's opening up that Geisha wall, getting the smokes to cross at the same time. Just make sure they go through. Ooh, goes in for the opening engagement. Cano comes out on top. Skipper gets in on the action, and the kill feed lights up like a Christmas tree. It's 3 versus 3, just like that. And Krex has managed to take the black stairs as Oscar now gets a bit more comfortable inside of Geisha. Knows that there's one on that staircase at the same time, but everyone wants to stand still for a sec. His tempers simmer for a second up.
The Krex actually finding their way in with the grapple hook. Diffuser has been dropped to the main stairs, so Operation Recovery. There we go. Oscar playing around still with that shield, gone quite low. Definitely think GK still in a pretty good position here, even though the time might not be fully in their favor. Oscar, great kill on Takano. It's going to be crucial. He was low on HP though. As Oscar still protected by the Kiba, still protected by the shield, will go down. That's a diffuser once more off the board. Will not be confirmed yet, however, of daring enough to do so. As beautiful swing coming by as Skyper finding those two. Cracks down the top of the black stairs, trying to fight their way back into the side. The Edge bringing above him, of course, he doesn't have to be afraid of as it reloads. The SMG-11 takes the first shot. As Hungry gone, Skyper, he has 3 in this round. He's now in a 1v1 situation, also facing off against the shotgun, the Supernova. The shots are being exchanged, and 47 seconds are on the clock. It is plenty of time for Krex to slowly play out this puzzle that he's currently facing. The double flashbang will ensure that he's going to be blinded, but he escapes right behind the box in time as the super shotgun comes out once more. Krex! What a beautiful clutch to come in. Will buy Good Intentions the first round of this series.
Really well played there from Krex to play that out. I kind of thought that favoured him in that scenario. I had them both boxed off out of sight and he had the information as to where that player was at the top of the main staircase, so he knew where to kind of play around. And I was worried for a sec that I was like, okay, Krex has got the shotgun, but you know, he knows what to do. He knows what to do. He gets up close and personal inside of Geisha, finishes off the round. Got a perfect read. What a shot that is onto Hungry. Really nice round there for the attacking side. It did go back and forward. Could have went either way, really. GK looked as if they'd slowed it down, but quick couple of picks in the middle of the round didn't bring it back to a 3 versus 3, and then from there, Good Intentions came out on top. Good start here, though. Skyscraper. Good. An attack already boxed off as well, Hap.
Yeah, important getting that attack right away, off the get-go. Giving them the opportunity to just have a little bit less stress as they continue throughout this first half. It was a hard fought. It wasn't definitely not clear cut as they found themselves in that 1v2, 1v3 situation. GK, of course, aware of what went wrong there. It's not going to go straight back towards that side, just continuing their rotation. As I mean, they'll also be looking to, you know, take the weekend off, quickly get this victory in, and just start focusing on the what is already like the semi-finals for the upper bracket.
Yeah. That's just it, huh? Clash up on the board, of course, in the hands of Pakbull. Hungry, predictably, on his Maestro. Usually the case for him. Did come up with some of the most creative uses of Maestro I've seen on Lair in that Rumble final against Good Intentions. One of the best maps I've ever watched, so if you ever want to watch Lair, it's one of the ones that I would always recommend to go back and watch. Pakbull, though, getting out on that balcony, being a nuisance, just getting in the face of the attack and making it that bit more difficult to open up that main wall. And downstairs we do have Krex on the Deimos. He does love this operator. Ensuring that it is safe from below. But Pakbull's the first problem that they have to try and solve here, isn't it?
Air jab was used to try and get Pakbull out of that position, but he's going to be fully aware. Now the opening will be made onto the wall. There's no real way for them to remove that air jab safely. Just going to keep Pakbull at bay. Actually, put down his shield, playing around with the SBS MG9 as the impacts are being used to stop this wall from opening up properly. Second air jab being used as the flashbangs follow afterwards, but Pakbull still not really too bothered about it. Oscar playing quite close on the terrace side of things, wants to probably make a little bit of a push towards the background. He's not fully sure on if there's teammates there to support Pakbull in his current adventure, because he's really going aggressive out here. He's occupying 1 or 2 players on the side of Good Intentions and making sure that they cannot really make any progress. And with a minute left, well, it's important that you're starting to make some progress, and Oscar is kind of crucial to achieving it.
I mean, the wall is open, so they have got at least some of that job done, but an aggressive swing does reduce CSK down to just a couple of points of HP, so it's not ideal. Oscar lingering as well just outside terrace, thinking about hopping in, and this is the danger of the temptation. They're all just kind of standing still here, not really sure how to solve this problem. It's in front of them, a Pakbull. Drills will get Skipper, though. Kano gets one back onto him. An immediate trade coming through. Oscar's HP completely boiled away, and now it's a 2 versus 4. Rexon swinging out and removing Venoms. Now it's a 1v4, and Pakbull still standing in his perch, Hap. I imagine this will just be boiled down. Krex is going to get at least one to exit, but it'll be finished off. GK, they put up a problem there for Good Intentions, and they just couldn't solve it.
Yeah, the clash was a big point of interest there, just being active and about on the outside third area. And, I mean, Oscar was in a great position to try and do something about it. However, there's a player inside a drum. There was an evil eye that was watching his every move as well. So as soon as they would have moved in, instantly seen, probably basically forcing the fallback from Pakbull with that clash to not be under any threat from Terrace. But well played there. Can definitely expect a clash ban to come up though for the next set of events.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be too surprised if that comes through. Pakbull's going to hop back onto it while he still has the chance. Of course, different site, but it'll be much the same. Waste as much time as possible for Good Intentions. Barbecue is where we head to. We're just going to see Hungry stick the Maestro constantly throughout this event. When Tengu popped on to the Rumble broadcast as a guest a few months ago, he was like, yeah, we'll just see Hungry on the Maestro again. He's played it for the last 10 years and he just keep doing it since release, since Parabellum, back in the days, eh?
Like, ever since the man touched competitive Siege, he's been known to play like the unorthodox kind of operators, right? Like always the shields, always Ying, Maestro, like you can name the operators, and he's played them. And on one hand, it's a very nice player to have, considering the fact that, you know, like, he's kind of plug and play. Like, I want this operator. It's like, okay, I'll play it. He's not going to be like, oh, I don't feel comfortable with the kit. No, he's comfortable with every kit.
Good intentions now. Trying to poke and prod at the site downstairs for now. Looks as though they're going to just wander in. Oscar at the forefront of that. There's barbed wire to slow him down for now. Haven't quite put anyone upstairs, really. Looks as though they're just going to go for a more vertical approach at the minute. You can see the KB call comes through, and yeah, CSK gets somewhat more aggressive, starts stampeding towards the site, heads up the staircase from below. We'll get Cano, but there's an immediate trade from Hungry. We're not aware of his position, but now they are. Skipper brings death from above, and it's a 3 versus 2 as Rexing gets in on the action at the same time. Here comes Packbill with the clash to delay as much time as possible. Doesn't even need it, though. A quick push there from Good Intentions gets punished, Hap.
Yeah, exactly, and just not finding the response there that was needed. Now another bend coming out. I mean, the clash is already going to come through. Can we expect what the attack might be banned for?
Oh, just looking at that old chat there, yeah. Geeky already at it. Trying to
get chatty.
Grim.
Okay, Grim. Okay. A clash is expected. Honestly, I'm such a mastermind for, you know, predicting that clash was going to get banned after, you know, just. I mean, what kind of impact had Packbull, right? Like 0 kills on those rounds.
Ball knowledge.
Those
there
of you not knowing,
just...
I'm sarcastic.
I do enjoy it. Yeah. This is the good thing about the new ban phase. Because I think this, if you were right, you said at the start of this was the first time you'd got in on casting live with the new ban phase in a bit. How have you been finding it?
See, like when of course, like beforehand, like we were also like sort of included in like feedback for like the banning things, and like this was actually one of the points that, you know, me and other talent also put forward, where we're like, hey, like, you know, like we need more bans first and foremost. Yep. Putting them all from the start is probably going to be too much, but I like this current format because you're able to just adapt to what is being brought. Like, okay, is Mira very oppressive? We ban Mira. Clash very oppressive? We'll ban the Clash. Are we struggling to find the yokai drones that are being put in from Hungary, for example? Okay, we'll just ban Echo. It allows teams to adapt more to what they're struggling with on the spot, but it also forces teams to be more flexible because, you know, an operator that maybe a strategy really relies on could just be removed, and suddenly you have to have a plan B ready. So it forced teams to get more flexible, have more like in-depth strat books and all that kind of stuff. So I really like it.
It's interesting that you said that, you know, you can target ban and, you know, oppressive operators and stuff. You mentioned Mira there because Packbill's hopped off of the oppressive class onto the oppressive Mira. So I'm enjoying. I enjoy the new ban phase. It's one of my favourite changes, I think, that's came through. Deimos tracks coming through from Krex. It was Cano and Skipper that were postured up outside this side of the map, or towards off the side. Reload. Of course, they're absorbing a little bit of pressure off of the back of that. For now, Good Intentions haven't been able to flush them out. All 10 members still upstanding. Krex now sending out another death mark to go on the hunt. Oh, Skipper almost getting caught. Goes for a second bite at it, but still somehow alive. Here and kicking here as Oscar hits the deck, expecting more aggression. But still, he cannot get rid of Geeky in these positions. What's going on?
CSK will find Packbill eventually. For a second I thought that was the Vendetta finding the shots, but the trades are coming through, and Venom's really struggling out there with that Monty. He's being stunned, he's being blinded, he's just having a horrible time as Cano is retreating whilst being tracked. At least the man advantage is there for the side of Good Intentions. Cano going quite low as well, down to 1 HP, as, you know, I mean, it's the final death mark in the meantime, so Krex hasn't really got the best use out of it. He's been fighting, he's been skirmishing, but not really been able to get the kills required. Cano quite low now. And the Monty, I mean, for now, it's just the door. It's not that much to worry about. But when Drills takes down Hungry, suddenly You're an effective 2-on-4, but one of them is literally a sneeze away from going down. But the sneeze is able to at least find drills. Brings it back to a 2-on-3. The site now under heavy pressure though. The mirror window will provide at least a little bit of support. As the Montaigne is starting to all creep themselves into the side, be a bit of a problem as Cracks is aware of the fact that they are on the balcony behind. Back into a 2-on-2 we go. Oscar quite low. Venom needs to get this plan down and will do exactly that. As Rexon is trying to flank around, so is Kano, who is going to find the first strike. As Venom goes down, it is up to Oscar now against Kano. And with these 40 seconds, well, Kano just a shot away, Oscar maybe two. The diffuser is nearby and Oscar spots the shoulder and will find the final shot to get this round on their tally.
Got a bit tense for a second there, but good intentions get it done. A little bit hairy at times, but it was alright. They struggled at the start to kind of flush out those members of Geeky, but eventually they did get it done. I don't know how Kano managed to survive until being the last person on the round. Very slippery moving through the map of Sky. But 2-2. Good start from both teams here so far. And I feel like I was going to say Grace there. Look at that. Look how Grace pilled I am.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bomb.
I'm just so used to it now. I feel like Hap, we're setting ourselves up for a pretty good game overall. Pretty even. Couple of attacks already under the belt of good intentions, which is always the worry on Skyscraper. They're done. And Hungry's again on the Maestro. Can you get like a Maestro Hungry counter? That's the real statistic that I want to see.
We need the Kavera counter as well. I believe we're on 4 now for the entirety of South Breach. Probably the further we go, the less we will be seeing her.
You would think.
We just need a bunch of counters on screen.
A bunch of counters, that's it. Fully lean into people like me with ADHD and just fill as much counters as possible, as much content on the screen.
Yeah, I mean, we have some room in the upper third.
Yeah. You know what? Put it right in the middle of the screen.
Yeah, exactly. And Comic Sans, please, as well.
Oh, okay. You've crossed a bridge. I don't know if I can follow you that one.
Hey. We get the God of Catchers also Comic Sans.
Office now being where the defense are perched up. Of course, this was the round that they were on when they had that clash. That was a really big problem for good intentions. Now the clash is gone, so it's going to have to be a different hold and a different focus from Geeky. They've decided to bring along the Mira, Gorexon. Always loving the DMRs at the minute. And it is working. 6-3 on that defense. Skipper also having a great game. Opting for the Malusi. For now. Slowly does it for good intentions, just setting things up, getting outside these windows and doors. Kano's wise to the fact that there's someone out there.
Bit of standoff.
Yeah.
They're both aware that someone's on the opposite side, and I mean, as the keeper pops, it's a bit of a bait. Definitely seems to be aware though that Kano not playing behind that first keeper, or the second keeper rather. Is Oscar putting up a little bit of pressure on Drum. Kano now receiving pressure from the T room as well. With a minute 30 left, I mean, not really that much has been done yet by good intentions. They are now starting to, you know, get towards the building, get past the divider. Still a lot of work to do. Was that caught off by the plant, or did it actually go through and hit the mirror window? I'm not quite sure what happened with that ash charge.
Not quite sure either. But stalling it a little bit. They did set drills out on that window just outside a dragon, or shrine if you would call that. Just being a bit of a distraction. And here's a further distraction from Pat Bill as he steps in and out of that wall. Making CSK think for a sec. Haven't quite got it opened up fully yet, and he's going to keep swinging. Pat Bill still continuing to be a nuisance, and there's a nuisance on the attacker side at the same time as Venoms has now stepped even closer to the site. The double shield setup. The Blackbeard and the Montaigne from below. Cracks will get the down onto Skipper and get the finish off at the same time as well. Takes a bit of damage for it, and now eventually Pat Bull is weeded out. It's 3 versus 3 now though. Back and forward seems to just be the case every single time that these teams play each other. What has just happened? What? Just like that. Geeky just win the round.
I thought there was team kills on both sides going through at the same time. Like, everybody just died within seconds. very strange round ending
Yeah.
there. And I mean, like, for the majority of the round, not much actually happened, right? Like, Good Intentions didn't really have any control. It wasn't until, like, the last, well, let's say, like, 80 seconds or so, they started to actually knock on the doors of the site itself. But, you know, Packball was allowed to just play behind that minibar for so long. And the multi was just sitting there in terrace and being like, yep. Cool. I can't do anything. Because if I didn't shield, I'm dead.
A baffling round. One of those ones that are like, just, okay, yeah, so that happened. But yeah, like you said, not all that much happened. They stalled out, they kind of tried to sweep across the map and they couldn't really figure it out. Good Intentions, they just took too much time. And by the time it came down to it, and the guns were flying, DK were the last person standing. It's a simple war of attrition in the end. Hungry's changed now. He's changed, Harp. He's off the Maestro. And you know what?
He's played Echo before.
I know, but listen, I'm trying to weave a plot line here. You're not supposed to undo me there,
Okay,
alright?
yeah. Sorry. Okay. Rewind.
I'm trying to take the viewers on a journey that I'm going to force them down. Of the Maestro Hungry.
just restart. It's fine.
It's all good.
I won't say it. No.
It's all good. So, we'll
Rewinding. We're rewinding. Start again.
You'll forget about it. Skipper's on the Oryx. That's the real exciting part here. We can talk about Echo all you want, but Skipper's on the Oryx. And Drills, you know, hasn't gotten in the action as much as he would have liked so far, trying to follow in from behind Venoms as they get rid of this spread of defence. And they have managed to do that. Cannon falls all the way back. I say all the way back, but he just decides, you know what? I'm not done. I'm not finished. I've done this before. I've wasted so much time up here, and I'm going to go back. Start setting up the Kiba barricades inside a drum. And the first minute's burned away just like that.
Honestly, really hate it when I have to fight Kiba barriers in drum. Like, I think that's the most annoyed I get at playing Siege. Oh, he's been spotted. The stuns are coming in though. They know where they are, and the double swing is coming in also from the doorway itself. Will trying to quickly show off a little bit of their skills to come in, but for now, it's just warning shots. No one's really been hurt. The yokais are being spotted, but someone needs to take the risk to actually take him down. Feels like it might be Krex as he's close right behind the Montaigne. It's actually the shield once again getting stunned, and I mean, you can expect that anytime soon it's just going to drop down and try and exit itself from the building as Rexon finds the very first kill, takes down those Selmas as well to keep up his reinforced wall, allowing him to fight Drum more effectively, and that could be crucial. As Krex tanks the Syria Laser Gate, it is now the Oryx stepping out, and the shield is still on point. I really want Venoms to see, like, being bashed over by Skyper here.
Yeah, it's this thing we always want to see every time we see an Oryx picked and there's a Monty on the board, but I doubt we'll see it because they're already gone. Skipper has won that engagement. Maybe he knocked him over, we didn't see it was off screen, so we'll get the match replay app and we can study over it later on and see if you were satisfied in that. Oscar and Drills now.
Satisfied.
2 versus 4. Drills above. Still Skipper up here as well on the Oryx. He has the support of the Echo drones from Hungry. And that diffuser has to be recovered. Skipper's on an absolute tear though. He's got himself a triple in this round as Drills is the next victim of his. And now it's just Oscar. 1v4. And it will be Skipper. Oh my. I'm glad I changed my point, Hap. I'm glad I changed. You know, I was going to talk about Hungry and I was like, you know what? The Oryx. The Oryx. Didn't even... it was deleted from the facets of life that was gone.
Yeah.
The Oryx works. The thing I want to talk about though, Hap, is that Good Intentions, they got their 2 attacking rounds, which you can be happy with, but at the same time, it just felt like they were stalling out. They just they would get halfway across a floor, whether it was the top or the bottom, and they would just be like, oh, I can't quite get past this next part. And it was just...
The Great Divide.
Yeah, exactly. But this is the way that Skyscraper usually plays. It's really difficult, and this is why it's always hard to attack. Is it a lot of the time you do end up just funneling through a doorway, and you know, like you said, it's absolutely atrocious when you funnel through said doorway, and then there's like 5 Kiba barricades, and you're like, okay, all right, so we're doing this.
I mean, it's because you need to take Drum and like Dragon at the same time. Mm-hmm. Like you cannot You need to have both under control if you want to use that balcony. If you don't have both under control, like someone's always going to swing at you, and then you have to worry about 2 angles at a time at any given time.
Protect your bomb
So
from
like
being
what we saw that
defused.
last is, yeah, I mean they had Shrine, they had Dragon under control, they tried to push in from there. The Yokai drone was feeding tons of information, being a nuisance. More importantly, I really like it when Yokai drones are on a bit of an active role rather than hiding them to see if you can stop the plant. Like, you have that utility, use it. If you get spawned, like, not spawn peek, but if you get killed first, those drones have done nothing in that round. So, like, use them. They're meant to be used. And, I mean, that's something we saw, for example, Deepak do back when they won the major in Berlin. He was on, like, that active kind of Yokai drone. And it worked out well here as well.
Taking us back with the Berlin Major there. The scaffolding stage.
Yeah, it's actually surprising no one fell off. It's like looking at it, it's honestly. But the side swap comes in, and you know, there's a famous saying: there's always 2 sides to a game of Siege.
Oh, is there? I wasn't aware.
Yeah, I mean, I've recently learned to. Well, I always thought it was 3, but you know.
Why are they still playing? It normally ends at 4, guys. Oh, wait.
No, I just do quick play. It usually ends at 3. Chum.
I don't need to just set up. The game does it for me.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, it's honestly weird seeing all these reinforcements going down, but either way, everybody that now doesn't know me thinks that I'm like some filthy casual player. But,
Yep, that's why we talk about the game and we don't play it professionally. No, getting into this actual specific round. Krex on the Denari. I do like to see a little bit of Denari action. Krex does love to bring this operator as well. And Rixon on the Deimos down below on the hunt. As always, already on a bit of a heater. 9 and 4. Skipper is the one that I'm looking at who looks very, very good. Made over the top to attempt to get the mute jammer off. It will work. Cano now can begin to take hold of that drum side. Use Denari trip connectors though. Present a puzzle that have to be dealt with here for Geeky, and halfway through the round there has been a bit of delay on the time here, Hap.
It's like they're playing some kind of like mini game, you know, like you have to slowly disconnect the laser beams. There you go, and another one found. It takes some time. At least slows them down, but they've solved the puzzle and now they're on towards the attack. With 1:10 left, and it's not a lot of time, champ. Still a lot to do as well. I believe they still need to open up the exterior walls, which is what they're currently working on. But when they do have VIP under control, it does allow them to, you know, approach it from 2 sides, so be less vulnerable to actually crossfires.
Cool, Skipper just kills Krex then. Drills is going to get one as well, and then find himself immediately downed and can be finished off. Skipper again continuing his reign of terror on Skyscraper. 3 versus 4, and the incandelas and the smoke start to pepper into sight, building that pressure. Oscar has to move as the nade hits almost at their feet. As C4 over the top from CSK will find Hungry. A stall on this doorway here for the time being for Oscar will result in a kill for Rixon, and now it's just Venom's yet to get in on the action on the kill count, but that's okay because he's been on the shields the entire game so far. He's now unleashed on the castle, but can he come up with the goods in a 1v3? The plant will go live and the death mark will give away his position and he can't do anything about it. Pac will also gets their first of the game, and Geeky get their first attack.
I appreciate how you said he's unleashed on the castle, just to not even be able to get up to the top of the staircase because it was already being watched quite well by Geeky.
I was setting him up for a really great
You were
round.
setting him up for success. Sadly, he fumbled. I mean, it was not really fumbled. It was a 1v3. It was very unlikely he was going to win that. 5-2. EK. They win the first attack as well. And this kind of thing, like we're looking at, okay, like 2 attacks, you know, pretty decent from the side of Good Intentions. Now though, starting to sweat a little if you put all your Twitch points on Good Intentions for this map. It's like, okay, well, we're 1 round away from them at least securing an OT, and we're 2 away from us going to map number 2 with a EK lead.
Which is a concern for Good Intentions. This is their map pack, this is the risk, this is the one that you said, yep, this is a bit of a risky play. So far not paying off. And we do go to bank next as well, and Geeky are a very, very good bank team, so it doesn't bode well for Good Intentions, but Good Intentions, they know their stuff on bank as well. Ideally, you want to fight your way back into this. I do feel kind of sorry for Venoms having to do 6 rounds on the on the Montaigne and gets left in a 1v3 clutch.
Such is the life of a shield player / hard support.
Ooh.
Lining up, this could be a very quick play coming through. Just Rexon picked up early by Krex is kind of taking the angle out of it. And it seems like we're getting a bit of a repurposed plan. As rotations are starting to come through. Electrifications on the wall can make it hard for Packbull to actually breach though, meaning that the ground floor now needs to be taken under control. To open up the electricity. Rex still being out there, he's being droned currently by 2 players. Might actually get the ID to try and jump out, see what it can do, but no, for now, just sticks in the kitchen. Has that Nitro cell, of course, so it's going to be very... Ooh, actually get some pings as well as the pre-fires are coming through.
Nice.
Getting some support from up above.
Really nicely done there. Little link-up play stops Krex from dying. He's going to get another one as well, playing in a really good position down below. Eventually, he has found out Packbull killing him off, but he's already done the damage. 2 players left alive here for Geeky. And Gano has to make a decision of where do we want to go for. What's the plan here? Both going to attempt to go from Geisha's side. There's 2 players inside the Geisha though. It's going to be difficult if you want to hop in. Almost certainly hop into your demise as Packbull swings up onto the balcony. What do you do from here though, Hap? That's the real question, isn't it?
There's not really much you can do at this point. I mean, you don't have the side under control. There's 2 people waiting in Geisha. Yeah, I mean, you're just gonna be shot from the side if you do that. Again, they don't have the information. There's nothing really they can do at that point. Packbull, now as last man standing, is no longer standing. Good intentions. Yep. They get themselves a 3rd round, Cham, and I mean, you know, everything kind of fell apart really early there. As soon as Rexon kind of dropped, they were already on like, okay, we need to go to plan B, and they were never really able to kick it into gear.
Yeah, that's just it. They went for the rotate. It didn't work out. Krex was really the star factor on that round, and we've come to expect that from Krex. The thing is, though, is we need to see a bit more in terms of the whole team of good intentions, because relying on star factors here and there is not going to be what's going to get you defeating the likes of Geeky. But it's a positive thing. They've got around, keep going through the motions. The other positive thing as well is that Venoms is finally off the mark, finally off the donut, which is good. Because it's, you know, it's the first game of the day, you know, and it gets you warmed up, it gets you feeling a bit better, like, oh, I feel, you builds the confidence, and you start to feel like, yeah, you know, I can get in on this action. Kills aren't the be-all and end-all of Siege, but it feels good, doesn't it?
I mean, getting those kills really helps with your mental, and Siege is as much as a mental game as it is actually, you know, just your mechanical game. So, when you feel well, when you feel confident, you're able to take more swings, which often... you know, results in you being able to get more kills on the board, which then results in your team doing better, which then, you know, it's like a spiraling effect, either upwards or downwards, depending on how things are going. You just wanna do your part, and even when it's not all about kills, if you then see the scoreboard and you see that you're negative, there's always going to be that one person that says like, oh, this guy's not been doing his job.
Exactly.
And it was like, no matter how thick-skinned you are, you're always going to be at least somewhat affected by it.
Reloading, cover me.
Siege is a very complex game, a lot of mental in it. CSK gets in on it from the start on this round. Packbull falling, and just a little bit of back and forth from good intentions. Start to fire up a bit more in all chat, starting to feel themselves a bit more. The Maverick gone as well, which presumably would have had a role to play in flushing out players on the top floor. Now they need to change again. Geeky, the same thing happened the last time. They lost that opening pick, and then they tried to adapt, and it just didn't work out. So again, they have to do the same thing. They have to come up with something on their fly, and you're stuck with Aurora and a Brava. It looks as though this was set up for a specific plan, and that plan's changed now.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what Packbull was doing as well as where he died. Like, it felt like it was really close to the building, even almost inside the building at that point. Talking of which, Hungry's inside the building. Actually just scouted and scoured by 2 of the sides. He's away the game as he destroys the Keeper Barrier. Impact Nade used the buff, which will actually allow for some verticality. Says DK, looking to just go for a different kind of plan. Ooh. first door not really going in. They want to lock that off so they can actually just go for a bathroom plant. Oh no, it did actually go through. So now they do have the opportunity to try and lock this in, but the smokes and the frost trap definitely not helping. And there was an ID, and it fell apart as quickly as it got executed. Kano, though, will find 2 for his efforts. Down to low HP. A very tough fight. I'm not quite sure if he actually found the 3rd there. Might have been an injure, but good attempt. Just not the result he wanted.
Yeah, similar story, right? Line. That's 2 in a row now where they've lost the opening pick and they've kind of not really been able to adapt. I liked what they were trying to do. I liked that they were like, you know what? We've lost that ability to push the top floor and flush them out. Let's just try something. Let's just try a kind of off the cuff push. We'll close that doorway in bathroom and we'll just hop through. Unfortunately, there was a frost trap, and
I think Paco actually jumped in a frost mat as well. At the start of the round.
A 2-piece from the frost trap.
Which, I mean, the entry kill being by a frost mat is not something you often see, especially that early in the round.
Yeah.
You know, just based on the fact that he went down, he was very close to the building or even inside, and then the chat is like, how many frost mats do you guys want to take? So it's like,
Attackers need to locate.
It feels like it wasn't the only person that stepped in the frost mat that round.
this is good from Good Intentions though. That's 2 rounds back to back. Feeling a bit better. You know, and it's not just 2 rounds back to back, it's 2 convincing rounds back to back actually. Reloading! Great starts to the round, picking off Geeky. Starting to get a bit of momentum here. Still nipping at the heels, still behind, still 1 round of a deficit that they need to close up, but so far, as I thought it would be, it's been a pretty good game here on Skyhub.
No, it definitely has been. It is. It's not been a clear runaway from one of these 2 teams. Could still go either way. Geeky, of course, have that first attack under their belts. That was a really good attack, by the way, but then they just lose out an early player twice within like the first 30 seconds. I would almost be like, just sit in spawn for 30 seconds and then start pushing it, because look, if all their players are up and gunning, they're doing so well. They're almost unbeatable. When one of them falls, there's a little bit of a crack. They're starting to reposition themselves a little bit, and it just opens up opportunities for Good Intentions.
You were right as well, by the way. Pablo did hop into a flash trap.
Yeah.
I've got the VAR out.
Ideal.
I got the VAR out. Double check. He hopped into dressing and it did not end well. Now though, they have managed to exist in the round a lot longer than the last 2 rounds here at Geeky. Still all 5 members up on their feet and trying to pressure this Geisha position. Do have information on where a few of the Good Intention defenders do linger. Canon is sending in the sense that will use to cover off that hallway. Not pushing in off the back of it though. Still Good Intentions await that push from Geeky. The EE1D comes through at the same time. The Grim Bees getting thrown into karaoke. And a shotgun close. They have to be careful of that. Just as they have to be careful of drills close on this karaoke window, but they know of it. They know he's there. Just shows a little bit too much of his body. Venoms is going to get Skipper elsewhere.
More ammo.
Hungry takes a bit of damage on that. There's the shotgun there. Yes. CSK with this wing. Cano cut out on that balcony. And Rexon deleting drills. That bit of action boils off, and now it's 3 versus 4 up.
Mid reload there, Kano, when the shotgun was slowly swinging around the corner like it was a horror movie. You're quickly trying to get that new mag in, and you know that the guy's chasing you with that buckshot. Was able to find that kill. 3 and 4, it's not the worst position to be in for the attacks. It's definitely doable with a minute left on the clock. You do have a shield as well that you can use for some extra pressure. It's just not looking too good, to be honest. Like, have a little bit of control, but nothing really too much. Can run around the corner all they want, but they still need to find a kill or 2. Hungry actually has the opportunity to find a... He knows he's inside there. The bees are coming out. That gives him the opportunity. Nice shot from Hungry. Crucial shot from Hungry as well.
Yeah, really nicely done. Gets one back, brings it back to 3-3 as Rexon starts to descend down that staircase. Catches a glimpse of Oscar for a second, but he manages to escape his clutches. Venom's right round the corner, though. Rexon has to be mindful of it. I think he has an idea of an inkling that someone could be in that position. He looks back and forward. Patbill's got Oscar here. Krex gets in action as well. Rexon falls. Triple kill for Hungry in this round, and Krex is on a 1v2. We've seen him do it before, though. Patbill trying to attempt to go for the plant, but where is it? Does he see him? Oh, Hungry, really nicely played. He'll get his 4K, and he'll protect his comrade.
Hungry got more kills than what I believe this round than he got in the entire previous group stages. Great cover coming down from Hungry though. Like, they knew where he was planting. There was the camera, there was the ping. He was about to go for the pre-fire and lock off the round if it wasn't for Hungry securing that kill. And not only that one, but also the bathroom earlier when he put down the bees first and instantly managed to bring back the equalizer there for that round. So GK found themselves on 6-4. Map point for them, but they now have the opportunity to convert into a map win before headed over towards Bank. I love that. Just a little bit on the staircase. Very cheeky. Walking down, suddenly getting zapped. The shield, suddenly getting staggered as well.
Yeah, it's one of the most common ways that we see it getting played. I think to like see our clubhouse main stairs and stuff, people like to throw the Denari gadgets there. It's just about inconveniencing the attack, making them work for it. You know, on a map like Skyscraper where these things do take a lot more time than usual, every second counts.
Waiting for someone to recreate like the Mission Impossible from like a skylight rappel where you have to go through the lasers to get to the ground.
Right, it's gonna have to be Bank for that one.
Yeah. Bank or maybe Consulate.
Oscar with a bandit trick. Will be successful.
Just in time.
Oh. It's
Second
off.
Salvador.
This one will open. So one Selma taken away. A bit of damage done onto Oscar. I'm happy with that. Delayed a little bit of time, and like I said, every second counts. Switch into the other wall. I like this from Oscar. Moves across to the other side of the map, goes to drum. Try and waste some time on that side as well. DK focused on the office side for now. Hungry up on that balcony upstairs with the Grim. First minute gone. I got to stall here for a sec as GK move the pieces onto the board, start to get people into the right positions.
Charge deployed.
Make the decision as to where they want to take this attack from. Shrine window opened up, castle burned away. Still, not even a sniff of an engagement, but a head is spotted for a brief second. Patbill though will be removed. Oscar gets one.
Jump out.
Ran out. Nice little jump out. Why not? You know, a little bit of change in pace from Oscar. He's taking a lot of damage. He moved away. Nade round the corner as well here from Kano to try and stop the swing as he hops into the window. Hungry deleting CSK. And now it's 4 apiece for Oscar's HP as the window, but they've got control of this site. Krex has got Skipper
Just let
here.
him go through.
What is going on, Hap? Oh!
I say they just let them go through, but it's just Hungry now. In a 1v3 situation, a minute left. Plenty of time to work with. Some of the bees are giving away a bit of information. He finds one, at least a little bit of damage to drills, but he takes more. Worried about the house stairs. As he turns around, the default cam's up, at least finds that kill. Hungry will have to ace if he wants to clutch this out. And has to ascend back up the staircase as new bees will be deployed to make sure he's aware of what's safe and what's not. As he's getting some pings, he knows of one of these two players, and the second one in Dragon, close to the rotation. It is dangerous for this man to move where he currently does. He's using the glass to his advantage as he wants to sneak around, but drills a little bit quicker. We'll find the head of Hungry, and that's the round. And GK, it was a good read. They read that the site was free. They read they could start taking it. They just lost a bit too many members trying to do so convincingly. It almost would have been better to just let them be outside, let the Hungry plant, and just catch them as they rotate back.
Gap closed though. Back to 1 round between us and potentially going to overtime on the first map of this series. And just in case you forgot, Hap, we've got another 2 maps after this potentially. Bank and then Nighthaven Labs as a decider.
Well, at least we have 1. Potentially we have 2. Let's not overexcite ourselves. I want to see two
I'm
maps
trying
too.
to undo the curse that you done earlier.
Which curse?
You said earlier, you were like, oh, this feels like this is going to be a really quick game.
2-0. Yeah, we were on schedule. Was I wrong?
You were not wrong, but I'm trying to undo that curse because I want to see more Siege. I want more of it.
It isn't really a curse. It was just a factual statement.
Loading new magazine!
Clutching at straws may be alright.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was right when I said it. I didn't curse anything. So like I said, like, oh, it's going to be a 7-0, and it turns into an 8-7 from there, you know, from a 6-0 comeback into an 8-6. You know, Devoli can talk about that. Grace will be
God.
seething now because of it. Either way.
Go on.
Okay, a round away from locking off map number 1, and they'll still be trying to do so. Again, like, I cannot help but wonder that their second and third attack kind of been thrown away by the fact that they lost members so early on. And also, we didn't see the kills. It just feels like it's a bit reckless when you lose them in like the first 15 seconds.
Yeah, that yeah.
To our Frostmat as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's more frost mats as well. I'm glad you've segued perfectly into that. CSK's dashed a couple of frost traps around the map for Geeky to step into, should they forget to check their mirrors. Now, Cano downstairs. Wait for anyone that could float past that staircase and go for a rotate. No one gonna as of yet. Let's cut to Pack Bull. On the Blackbeard, Hungry on. Oh no! Oh no! Well, I'm sorry, Hungry. I was going to say that you were on the Blitz and the double shield setup, but he's unfortunately left the round courtesy of a frost mat. Venom's as well. He's going to get himself a double. Skipper fights one back. Takes a hell of a lot of damage in that ensuing engagement afterwards. But there's only 2 players now for Geeky. This is a death mark, but it's not going to do much. Krex gets aggressive, swinging out the breach. Cano's position will be known courtesy of that death mark, and now he will retreat. A 1v4 standing between him and potentially getting this off of overtime. It's going to be difficult though, Hap, isn't it?
I think we found the counter to Geek. It is Frostmat. Their weakness has been found, finally. The tier 2 scene will rejoice upon hearing this. It's honestly crazy that yet another one falls into it. You would assume that these places get droned. Especially when you know there's a frost on the board. Either way, 6-6, and that means overtime is close. Indeed, was not going to be possible for them to get themselves off that, like, overtime, bring it into a regulation victory. But luckily, we are in playoffs, Cham, and that means that round differential, who's that?
Do you know?
Doesn't matter. Just the wins.
Do you know what, Hap?
What?
In the conversation about curses there, I'm gonna have to apologise to Geeky for a sec. That was my fault.
How dare you?
I may or may not have switched my light on in preparation for being camera ready before that round started, and yeah, that's why we're still on this map, guys.
So, as we are on overtime, and obviously this is the best moment to discuss these kind of things because, you know, we've just had an entire game that we've had. Grace and I have talked a lot about food last week.
Okay. Where are we going here?
I heard you deep fry pizza.
That is an absolutely substantiated claim. Yes. I don't deep fry the pizza, but Scottish people tend to deep fry
Do you
pizzas.
eat deep fried pizza?
I do. And do you know, it's got its own name in Scotland.
What's the name?
It's called a pizza crunch.
Wait, I can understand it's crunchy.
Yep, it is crunchy.
Definitely not lie. This Pactol's going up quick, champ. Might actually be a quick push and gets shut down by Oscar. And having a great game, by the way. 14 on 8. And there's the adrenaline surge. It's not giving them the required result. There's a second E1D to pop off, but kind of already lost the steam out of this attack.
There's still an opportunity there because they've got control of that top staircase. Top of the black staircase is theirs. Krex, though, will shut down Cano elsewhere. That's the sense gone as well. Execute. Heavy operator gone off the board, and Hungry will eventually remove Oscar from the corner inside of Karaoke, so they have got an opportunity to step into the site here.
Launching drone.
I do think that there's another player that's taken up residence in where Oscar's position was. There's still one downstairs as well. There's a diffuser, they have to go and
Injured.
get it back. It's Crex that's hit the deck. And he will leave the round off the back of it. A very action-packed opening minute here as they get a recovery on the diffuser here. Rexon returning to the top of the black staircase. And a need to ensure that it's cleaned up at the bottom of the main staircase so they can get back up there. Staircase rings the staircase, apparently, there.
I mean, all of them are up top. Only just now, Geeky starting to get themselves ready near the actual side. Incendiary bolts are being used as Rexon is getting himself an opportunity to go in deep. Plant will now come through. 45 seconds. He's a bit afraid of the jump up that could be coming in from the desk as an impact nade hits him from below that allows Skyper to go for a bit of a hunt. He has to cover. He's out there. All he needs to do is tell Rexon, trust me, you can go for the plant. I have you covered. But the longer they take, the more these players are going to be rotating around and the more difficult it will become for Geeky to actually try and get this plant down. They spot a player near goal, cannot quite actually hit the head of the Izami, and the Skyper and Rexon are both stacked up near the top of black. It is Hungry, of course, still watching down below, who's occupied with one of these players, but they want to get that kill. They want to put him back into position as the plant now attempted. On the little carpet. 45 seconds soon counting down, champ.
Skipper's gone aggressive right round the corner. He's got himself
From
two.
below.
It's Venom's now in a 1v2 downstairs. Hungry now attempted to get that plant down. It's now technically a 1v1 and they have the information. Really nicely done from Venoms, but does he know where the plant is? He doesn't. He's trying to figure out the exact position. Has an idea now as Hungry fires through the wall. The Tracer's giving away that he is indeed in this behind this bomb chassis, and it's a back and forward. Hungry comes out on top though. He's having a great game. And what a round that is, Hap. What a round.
What a round indeed. Like, they wanted to go quick. They quickly lost that steam, but they were still able to bring it back. So well done to them. And honestly, a bit of like a 3D chess going on at the same time as well, because there was a player down below. Hungry went in to try and cover, then they fell back. Hungry read that as well. Instantly went back up towards the top floor as well. The teams were fully aware of each other's positions as they were trying to get that plan down on the ground. Well done to Hungry, locking off that round. It could be crucial as they're going over towards the defense now. It had been their favored side. It has been both these teams' favorite side. And Barbecue Kitchen, the plays where it might be decided whether this first one will go to Geeky or if we need 15 rounds
Being defused by
to
attackers.
decide who takes this first map. There's the laser tech into the frost mat. Is that an instant kill?
It is indeed.
Because your leg will hit the frost mat and then you fall over and you get zapped.
Yeah, it depends on... you need to get the Denari position right. You want to make sure that doesn't go off first.
I mean, usually when you jump over a window, you don't end up hugging the wall, right? Like, you always jump over
Yeah.
the wall by like a little bit, but you still step into frost mat and then you fall backwards, and I think your head will then just be lasered off, I guess.
But listen, the way that I've seen some of the Mav plays in EML the last few weeks, I'm not trusting the fine placement of utility right now.
I mean, I remember back when we had this tech with a goo mine.
Oh yeah.
We had a goo mine next to the frost mat.
Goomings used to be crazy,
Yeah.
back when they could disappear as well. Oh my god.
Yeah. Invisible goo mine.
Oh, I've been spotted on this rappel from the outside Valkyrie cam, and I've swung in the window and hit an invisible Gooming on a frost mat that kills me instantly. Oh no.
Don't forget the Capcom traps that were instant kill at that point.
Wow.
The game has changed.
What a journey we've been on. And what a journey we've been on in this game itself. A downstairs bit of pressure from Venoms on the ace, who's managed to light up a little bit the tail end of this game. So struggling to get in on the action. 3 members of Good Intentions out on this black balcony. There's quite a lot of Geeky on that top floor that they have to try and smash their way through, and that comes in the form of the first step of Kano on the Izami, throwing out those Kiba barricades, wasting some time, peeling off now, supported by Rexon, Patbill along the hall corridor as well. Kano just, you know what, he goes, I'm going to delay your time, step down and get myself a kill at the same time, come back up, I'll get myself a double, why not?
Reloading.
Actually really like that play. As soon as the blitz stepped in, they locked off the door with a Kiba barrier, meaning he could not exit. His head removed right afterwards, and GK, after not being able to lock in any of their first two map points, looking to do it in overtime now, as they find themselves 7-6 up with a 2-minute advantage. And as the DMR start ringing, there's still a shield. I mean, it's a bit of pressure here for Skyper. Decides to just fall back, doesn't want to stick around. As a jump back in through the window comes through. Cool, providing a little bit of support. It's just Geeke trying to hold them off right now, trying to waste that time.
We've got that position now though, but unfortunately they're going to lose drills. Cano's still right at the top of this black staircase, putting on an absolute performance. Triple kill for them inside of this round. And now it's just down to Oscar and Venoms to keep them on Skyscraper. Stop Geeke from going 1-0 up in the series. A dash through the wall until Hungry, fortunately, it's going to bite Venom's back. Now it's just 1v5. A drop down here from Oscar. He is going to catch one at least. Gets a refrag. It's not going to be long for this world. He's got players above. He's got players beside him. It's not going to be much he can do. Skipper finishing off that round and finishing off the map. Geeke, they'll go 1-0 up here in this first of these upper bracket best of threes. Skyscraper closed out 8-6.
Yeah, well done. I mean, it seemed like it could have gone the other way after the first overtime round. It felt like Good Intentions really had a good opportunity there to put themselves into a map point themselves, but Geeke coming out strong,